After the installation and registration, Spec Exchange is ready to be used. So let's go over the initial setup and selection of parameters. In this video, we'll be using an advanced sample project that comes with Revit. Spec Exchange is designed to work within the user's current door specification process, allowing the transmission and filtering of most parameters located in the door schedule. The following parameter types are supported: text, number, area, material, multi-line text, integer, length, URL, yes, no, and level. Before opening Spec Exchange, I will be opening our door schedule that comes in this project. As you can see, some parameters are already predefined and pre-selected. What I'm going to do here is to add one more that will be helpful in the next step when I open Spec Exchange in order to filter. My new parameter will be send to a legion. This will be a text parameter. I'll put it under the text group as an instance, as a value can vary by group instance. Say OK. Now it's added, say OK. Let's predefine some values in these types. For example, in here, I will call type A, next one type B, and type C. For materials, we'll use hollow metal. We'll use aluminum. We'll use wood. Let's do some comments for some of the doors here. Let's do add a card reader. Next one. Now, let's say we're not ready to send our 104A and B. So let's get them out by saying no. Okay. Let's now open Spec Exchange 2.0 under the Add-ins tab. The first time this opens, it takes a little longer because it needs to communicate with Allegiant servers. But once this is done, the next opening of the tool shouldn't take that long. This is our interface here. I'm going to explain a little bit. We have parameters, allows us to select the parameters that we need to export. We have the select where we can filter and see which openings we need to send to a legion. Then the export, it will give us the opportunity to double check our selections. Once this has been imported, a legion will send us back the information for the hardware set, and then the import tab can be used, and the legend as well. And here we have Revit parameters. Parameters which are available for export. We also have required parameters, which are the basic required information that is exported every time. We have optional parameters. By default, all the Revit parameters that we can add here will be checked. So these optional parameters is the user has selected to either filter by or export. Let's add some parameters here. Let's start with comments. We can do double click and then we'll add it. Let's do frame material. I can select it and add. Do some frame type, for example. Add. Let's find our parameter that we selected or we created. Send to a legion. And for my filtering purpose, I will be adding a level as well. Now notice by default they're all checked to be exported. If the only purpose we use these parameters is for filtering and we don't need to send them to a legion, we can uncheck them. check that, and check that, for example. Now notice the functionality when I put my mouse over a parameter. It will give me the description of what these Revit parameters are, or the required parameters, or the optional parameters. If we need to turn this option off, let's click About. And under Settings, Help, you can see that this option is on. We can turn it off and go back to Parameters. Now I can place my mouse. That description or tooltip is gone. If I need to turn it back on, same process. Just slide it over. Parameters. And it's ready to go. To save time selecting parameters on future projects, once the parameters have been selected, click on Save. This allows the user to create file name for the parameters and recall the list on a future project by clicking on Load. Let's call this setup lead and export 1. Let's save it. Now, removing a parameter can be as simple as double clicking it or selecting and removing. If I need to bring all those parameters back, since I already saved them, I can say load. The one I named is Legion Export 1. Double click it. It tells me all the parameters available. I'm going to load them. They're back. The next step would be to select the parameters that we need to export, and we'll allow it to filter by.